Greetings to all of you viewers out there. Twilight here is to install and possible to use. I'm just got a quick update for the few guys who actually care about my life. Say I got fired! Woohoo! Yeah, my percentages at the job I was doing, the warehouse thing that I talked about a couple of videos ago, were terrible, for lack of a better word, and so finally they had enough of me. And yeah, so I got the sack, so now I'm unemployed once more. Isn't it great? I can't believe it. No, so I'm going to try and get some other job somewhere. I hear Subway is hiring in town, so I'm going to try and get a job there. I've always wanted to work in Subway. Like that and Game or Game Station or any place like that are the major places that I would love to work at. And Subway, yeah, I probably, it's going to be tough. I think I like it because it's a cool place. And not just because of the food and Game, just yeah. I'm going to say more, but they never seem to be hiring. Whenever I check, so I don't know what else to say. I was going to give continue the story, so to speak, of what I do at my job, or what I did at my job from the last video where I got cut off, but since I don't work there anymore, I don't really see the point in doing that. So I was going to post this on my blog, but while I'm here, I might as well talk about, because I said I was going to do a review of God of War for the PS2. If you haven't played it, by the way, get out there and play it right now. It's one of the best games of this century ever, millennium, whatever. And so I got it for my birthday, which was in March, so about a month ago or so now. Let me check. Hang on. Okay, it's not quite a month ago because it was on the 18th. But yeah, so I got God of War for my birthday, and I said I got it on my blog, and I was going to do a review of it on my blog, but I got lazy and kept putting it off. So now I figure it's the best time that I can talk about it. I don't have it handy. Yes, it was over there. I can't. Actually, I'll go get it. Unnecessary installing. Here it is. This is God of War for the PS2. I haven't played any of the sequels yet, so I can't really pass judgment on them, but I have played, if I can find it, because I have it's in somewhere. Well, I can't find the actual game, but I have played Sonic Unleashed, which I got a few years ago. And I played through that and beat it, and it was a good game, and I liked it. But now I play God of War, I come to the starting conclusion: Sonic Unleashed should have been named Hedgehog of War. I am serious. This game, Sonic Unleashed, which I don't have with me, so I can't hold up the case for emphasis, but Sonic Unleashed is basically a copy's God of War. I mean, you can't say, oh yeah, it was inspired by it, or what game was inspired. It doesn't, it's not inspired, it copies it. Right, let's look at this. Sonic Unleashed, we have a God of War, first, because we'll go for the original first and then go for the copy. God of War, we have a control scheme whereby Square does, light attacks and Triangle does heavy attacks, okay. Enemies come up out of the ground, out of like portals in the ground, okay, cool. Defeated enemies yield red orbs, which you can use to power yourself up, alright, in this case power up your weapons or make various abilities stronger. Okay, we got that. Square and Triangle can be strung together into different combos, okay, we've got a powered up state, in this case Rage of the Titans, that you can activate when you get a bar full by killing enough enemies, okay. So far so good, right? Oh, and when enemies are weakened, you can press circle next to them and you do a little quick time event thing and finish them off in style. Alright? So far so good. Right, now in Sonic Unleashed we've got Square and Triangle, which do various attacks, and different buttons can be used in combination with each other to do combos. Okay, enemies that pull themselves up out of the ground, we've got. Red orbs that come out of enemies that when defeated you can use to power yourself up. Okay, enemies that can Various when enemies are weakened, you can press circle next to them, or whatever it is, Y on the Xbox 360 if you're playing that, to do a quick time event and finish them off in style. Okay, you can't do that on the PS2 version of Sonic Unleashed, that's only the PS3 and 360 versions, but still. What else did I say? A powered up state you can go into after killing a number of enemies, in this case Unleashed mode. It's basically a copy of God of War. You seriously have to play God of War and then play Sonic Unleashed and count the similarities. You'll get like a huge list of them. So yeah, I mean, I know a lot of games were inspired by God of War. Take Heavenly Sword for instance. That game had a lot of inspiration coming from God of War. But Sonic Unleashed is just a copy. The Werehog sections anyway are just a copy of God of War. So enough about that. What do I think of the actual game? Well, firstly I gotta say the concept is amazing. I mean, this is literally a game where you go out and your eventual goal is to kill Ares, you know, the Greek god of war, hence the name of the game. And this is told to you pretty much at the start of the game, and you're like, oh, badass, I'm gonna kill Ares? This is like the best game ever. And you don't actually get to kill him until the very end, but you go through a lot of other stuff before that. The controls are good. You know, like I explained, you've got the basic. It's a basic hack and slash game basically. You run, you jump with X. You square and triangle do different kinds of attacks. You can do combos by using both buttons creatively. The circle button does special stuff like I said before, if you get an enemy weakened, you move next to it and you press circle and you do a little quick time event thing which will finish them off in style and get you more red orbs that you would have got if you just killed it normally. I forget what else the circle button does. I think it's like an action button that you pull levers, you move, stuff like that. The difficulty is not too hard. I mean, you can, it basically depends on how you play or how good you are. Really, sometimes you get into places where there are like loads of enemies. I mean, seriously, I went into this one room and I think there were like literally 100 enemies in total. They just kept coming and coming and coming. You just killing and killing and killing. And that's another similarity, by the way. Places where you're trapped inside and you have to defeat enemies to make the barriers disappear. That's another thing Sonic Unleashed copied off God of War. The one, I've got to rush now because I've only got 2 minutes left. The one disappointment I found with the game is that there weren't enough boss fights. I mean, there are like 3 boss fights in the whole game. There's the Hydra, and this is going to be a bit of a spoiler, so those of you don't want to look away now. There's the Hydra, which you fight at the start of the game, or in the first level. Not level, but area, whatever. There's the Minotauros, which you fight in the Hades section of Pandora's Temple, and then there's Ares, which you fight at the end of the game. And that's it. And it's like a huge game. I mean, although like 80% of it is Pandora's Temple. I mean, seriously, this is like the biggest dungeon I've ever seen in any game ever. You go to the boat, you fight Hydra, and then you run around Athens for a bit, and then you go to the Pandora's Temple. That's basically the rest of the game until you get back to Athens, and you go through the underworld and you fight Ares afterwards. But so yeah, I'm running out of time now, so I'm just going to close with saying it's an awesome game. You have to go out and play it. I'm going to see if I can get the 2 sequels. I know God of War 3 is for the PS3, so I can't really get that yet since I don't have a PS3. But so yeah, and Kratos is badass, and it's not, it's annoyed me that they pronounce it Kratos. It's pronounced Kratos, you morons. Tales of Symphonia got it right, so why couldn't you? So yeah, they pronounce all the Greek god names or stuff in the incredibly American ways. Zeus, Athena, Ares. I'm out of time, see ya.